Hey everyone, it's Lori from Scraps by Sissy. Welcome to another fabulous Friday. So it's the week after Christmas and we're getting ready for the new year, and with the new year comes our new occasions catalog. I'm pretty excited with all the new things that are coming because we're ready for a different color palette. We've been using the Christmas and the fall color palette for a few months now, so it's time to move on. So the card we're going to make today is using some of the new designer series paper, a new stamp set, and some new ribbon. Now the ribbon is a take on some that retired a couple years ago. It's the white organza, only it's smaller. It's, what's it, 1/8 or 1/4 inch, 1/4 inch. It's really pretty and it makes really pretty bows. So we're going to use that ribbon. We're using this stamp set. It's called Petal Palette. It's a really pretty watercolor stamp set. We're going to use this rose or roses and the sentiment that says, "Life is so much better with you in it." I thought that was perfect for this card. We're going to use some of it's Petal Passion designer series paper, and it's all black and white designer series paper. You can color it or just leave it blank. This is really pretty when you color using some of the Stampin' Blends because it'll bleed through and it'll put the flowers on the back side. I've seen a couple samples and it was really pretty. And this one, this is a really pretty one too. Isn't that pretty? That'll be a fun one to color with all the watercolor look. So let's get started. The items you'll need today are a piece of melon mambo, and I've got it cut at 8.5 by 5.5, and it's scored at 4 1/4. A piece of basic black cut at 5 1/4 by 4. Whisper white at 3 3/4 by 5. And here's a strip of the designer series paper, and it's cut at 2 by 3 3/4. And we're going to be using the watercolor pencils to create this. So let's get started. We're also going to be using some punches. We're going to be using the leaf punch, which I'm really glad to see that's going to be carrying over, the 2-inch circle punch, and the starburst punch. So I'll just go ahead and get these punched out first. I need 2 of these. That's all we need for that punch. And we're going to need the starburst in melon mambo. Okay, those punches are done. Now for the flowers, we're going to stamp them in the basic black archival ink. So you want to make sure we ink that up real well. Okay. And it's not really going to matter which side you stamp on because you're going to punch out the center portion anyway. There's that. And let's go ahead and stamp the sentiment and have that all ready to go. I'm going to stamp that down here in the lower right hand corner. Cute. Okay, that's all the stamping there is. Now, I'll set this over here till we're ready. I'm using the Melon Mambo watercolor pencil and the Old Olive color pencil, watercolor pencil, and we're going to use our blender pen. And since the 2-inch circle punch is much smaller than the stamp, we're just going to color this portion here. So you're just going to lay down some color, and you don't have to be perfect on this because we're going to go in and blend it with the blender pens. Okay, we'll lay down some of the Old Olive. And there again, you're only going to need a little bit of the leaves. Don't even need to do that one. So we'll take the blender pen, and we'll just come in here and blend all that pencil mark. Basically, I'm just getting all of the scratch marks out. All right. Okay, to change colors on your blender pen, you just want to clean the tip until it runs clear. Set that aside. We'll come in and okay, now that it's all colored, I'm going to come in. Oh, we're going to need to color some more right there. Okay, now that I've added the rest of the leaves so they'll fit in the punch, we'll go ahead and punch this out. There. Okay, we're done with that. So let's put this together. Go ahead and adhere this piece down. And then lay that on the card base. Oops, before we do that, let's go ahead and lay down our piece of designer series paper because we want to add the ribbon before we glue this down to the card base. Okay, that's straight. Now, I'm going to bring this around. It's probably a little on the overkill side. Just going to tie this in a knot. There. Okay, well, adhere this to the starburst, and we'll use some mini glue dots to adhere our leaves. Oh, we also need a piece of doily. I forgot to list that at the beginning. I'm only going to use a quarter. That's why I never throw anything away, because you always find uses for those little scraps. Just glue that down close to the black leaves. Add some more. There, had them upside down. Do I still have them upside down? I guess it doesn't really matter. Then we're going to add some dimensionals. Glue that down right about there. Okay, so I'm going to add some of the black rhinestones. I'm really going to hate seeing these go out. Or I should say I'm going to hate seeing these retire, because I love these things. And they go so well with all the black and white cardstock we've been having lately. There. Oh, let's add some Wink of Stella too. Always got to have some bling. Never too much bling. There, such a cute card. I love these black rhinestones. They go perfectly with this designer series paper. They are going to be retiring on January 2nd, so if you haven't stocked up on them, I would do so now before they're gone for good. Thanks for stopping by, and be sure to go to scrapsbysissy.com to get all the details on the card. Have a fabulous Friday. Bye.